Happy Halloween or Samhain blessings, depending on whichever it is that you prefer. So it is, as I recall this, the 31st of October, so there will be children outside trick-or-treating. My sister will be one of them. I remember doing that many, many times with my children and my nieces and nephews, and it was all great fun. But with the blustery, rainy, windy weather tonight, I'm actually quite glad that I'm at home. Yeah, I can't complain. We've got a lovely fire going downstairs. It's all nice and cosy. The dogs and I and my son are all quite happy here right now. Thank you very much. So I have got all my autumnal stuff around. Obviously, I've got my witching hour up there. Thank you to everyone who's bought a copy, and thank you to everyone who's reviewed. I really appreciate it. It's still doing really quite nicely in the UK and in the States. And today is the very last day, so the 31st of October, that the paperback is on a special offer in the Amazon Halloween sale. Obviously, it's not Halloween tomorrow, so it's only up to, I presume, midnight tonight if you wanted to buy a cheaper paperback. For everybody who's bidded for my book on the BBC Children in Read online auction, thank you very much. So that was to win a signed copy of my paperback, plus another little witchy just like this one, but purple. It's really cute. So that's, I'll link that below again. There are many, many books, not just mine. I also bid online. I find they're great Christmas presents, especially the ones where you can get an inscription of whatever you like. So that's really nice. So I have been doing that. I will be bidding some more because that's what I always get a bit of a shock as to at the end of it when I'm the highest bidder for all these different books, how many I bought. Yes, so I need to sort of temper myself just a little bit. But I have got my pumpkins, my real ones, my not real ones, and yes, it's all very nice and Halloweeny and wintry. Well, not quite wintry, but getting there. I love this time of year. I'm still feeling okay about the summer not being too far away, and I mean, I was planting plants in my garden just about probably 3 or 4 days ago, and I was saying to my daughter, you know, it's so lovely. I was wearing a t-shirt. I haven't been the last couple of days. It's been too cold for that. And too rainy, I might add. What else have I been doing? So yes, apart from house stuff on the house, which has now finally, thankfully, come to an end for now. I still have other bits, but not at this moment. I need a bit of time where we can just be in the house and I can get back to my writing, because I have the Witching Hour. Thank you if you've bought a copy, and thank you if you've reviewed it very much. I'm having some great feedback from that, so that's lovely. Such a relief as well, because obviously it's a different sort of book to what I'm used to writing, even though it is still historical. And as I mentioned in a previous video, I have delivered my second witchy book. I'm waiting to hear from my publisher what she thinks about that. She's also asked me to come up with some other ideas of books, so if you have any idea of what you would like me to write next, please leave in the comment below. That would be great. I have had an idea and I've got to work on it and send it to her, but I gave myself a few days off just to sort of relax a bit and do planting in the garden and, you know, pop out to shops and walk the dogs, and but just relaxing and not fitting in work all the time. I've also cleared my office. This was full of books. It's now not full of books. The books are on the shelves below me. My paperwork is in the one cupboard, which is such a relief. It's out the way. So it is far more organised now. So I'm very happy with that. I have a spare room that looks like a spare room. It's not used as a spare room. It's got a single bed in it that the dogs lie on. They've got their own little staircase leading up to it, like a padded sort of steps, 6 steps I think it is. And they've got their water in there. And that is directly across from here. So I just peer out there and I can see them across from me dozing. Or I've got like Rue here and Claude is next to me. The other thing I've been doing is I have received paperback copies of my 4th book in my Hollyhock Farm series. So that is Starlight Over Hollyhock Farm. This book is out on the 24th of November. So I have my copies. And today must have, I need to, so with each new book coming out with Boldwood, they like you to record a 30-second publication day video that they can put out obviously on publication day. I must have done 80 something takes of this video. to describe a book, and I used to find it hard when it was in a minute to describe it in a minute. Now to describe it in 30 seconds, I couldn't remember. I kept saying, this is the third book in this. No, it's not. It's the fourth book in the series. Or I would say the DJ's name is the actor's name. I literally couldn't remember anything. I finally got it right just before I had to actually pop out for something. So this is the book. Love it. Love the colour, the cover. And it basically says, will sparks fly at Hollyhock Farm this summer? So this is a summer book. It's not a winter book. It's not an autumnal book. It's a summer book. And yes, I hope my readers enjoy it. It's about radio DJ Callum Preston, who is used to interviewing, probably some high maintenance guests on his radio show. But then comes along Riley Sharp. Riley Sharp is the lead actor in a TV series being filmed at Hollyhock Farm. His fans think he's fabulous. They love him to bits, but behind the scenes, he's actually not that nice. And the difficulty is, when I came up with this idea and put it to my publishers, I didn't connect it with the fact that there would be a second series of Bergerac here. So that was filmed here a few months ago, the second series, I believe. And of course, the lead actor in that is I presume he's a really lovely guy. He seems a really lovely guy. I didn't want people to think I based Riley Sharp on him, because I don't. I'm sure he's a lovely guy. Riley Sharp is not inspired by anybody. Riley Sharp is just a bit of a pain, bit full of himself. And he... quite a lot happens to Riley Sharp, and we also have Callum Preston's sister in the book. But along with Riley Sharp comes this very put upon and hard-working PA, Tasha Dodds. She's lovely, and she comes over, and of course she meets Callum. Something happens because of Riley being a bit of a pain, and so she has to ask Callum for his help, and it all goes off from there. So that's this book. As I say, it's at all formats. So as usual, it's ebook, paperback, audiobook, and hard book on the 24th of November. So if you read it, I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I love the hollyhocks here. I love the way they put that on the covers. So yes, so that's what I've been doing, spending ages and ages and ages trying to say in 30 seconds about my book. I eventually got it. I love another thing I love that Bolted have done is they put little dogs. That dog there is a rescue from book 1, known as, I think it was Derek or Thistle. I love, and they put that in my other books, on the other covers when they did new covers for them. They actually had little dogs on them, which I really love, because obviously I have my dogs around me all the time. So apart from that, what else have I been doing? I've just given myself some time off, because I have had months and months and months sorting out house stuff and writing book after book after book. So I'm out of contract now with Bolted, and which I was going to say is a bit of a relief, and I don't want to say that in a negative way, but it's actually a relief that I don't have a timetable for a next book. I know I should be scared, but I'm not. I actually think, I could actually have some time out for a bit. I'm out of contract too with one more chapter at HarperCollins, but I've delivered my second witchy book. So obviously I hope she likes it and offers me a contract for it, so we shall see. Yes, I hope she does. And then I will work on my third book. I don't know if I'll have a witchy book. People are really enjoying my witchy books, which is such relief, because I really enjoyed writing them. Really enjoyed writing them. I think it's because I've written about the First and Second World War since 2018. I mean, I wrote my first World War I book in 2012. That was Broken Faces, that I didn't publish till 2015. But since then, it's been First or Second World War. And as much as I love that, because I get very emotional about the war and researching it and things like that, it was actually really nice to have a bit of a change and do completely different research. So although with The Witching Hour, it is dual timeline, so it's still set during World War II here on the island, so during the occupation, it's set during two dark periods in our history. It's also set during the witch trials, so around the time of the English Civil War, but obviously here on the island. So it was different sort of research, and as I've said in previous videos, I had to find out all about witches and familiars and spells, and I had to figure out how somebody could travel through time, and absolutely loved that challenge. It was a big challenge, and I really had to think. And then I was just telling my mum today, she's just finished reading it and loved it, which is lovely. Because I dedicated it to her, so it was a relief that she actually liked the book. She really loved it, which was so nice. And she was saying how clever she thought it was with the time slip. So Xavier Givroy, the condemned man, travels 300 years through time, comes forward through time, and that's how he connects, with Briar. And how their story begins. So it's all sorts of things. It was a lot of imaginings, quite a lot of puzzle work. When I sent the first draft, my publisher, Charlotte, she didn't like what I'd done with 2 characters. So one, I had to change it. She actually said, oh, please don't do that. I'm not happy with you doing that, because I really love this character. So I had to have a think and change it. Another one, I had to completely change that. But I love a puzzle, certainly like a creative sort of puzzle. So that was good fun. I'm always excited to hear what she thinks. So about the second book that I sent her, also very nervous, because it could be a lot of changes. I mean, she might hate it. She might say, no, this is just not what I want at all. Completely rewrite something, or don't bother. Ooh. So I've got to hope for the best that she likes it. Or likes it enough to give me the feedback so I can change it, give me the opportunity to change it into something that she does want. I just have to wait and see. It's very nerve-wracking, this writing lark, because I guess you're only as good as your last book, and you never know. You never know. I mean, for example, Neighbours at War, where our books are uploaded to something called NetGalley by the publishers, and that's for reviewers to get early copies, and they read them and they review them, and it can be an early indication of what readers will think of your book, and those quotes can be used in promotion and things like that. And for Neighbours at War, for example, it was an average of 5 stars. I mean, it was fantastic. I'd never had such brilliant feedback. But that book didn't sell nearly as well as most of my other books. And it was like, oh, but that was going to be so good. Yet other books that the feedback hasn't been so good, I suppose this is reviewers. They read loads and loads of books, and everybody looks for different things. Other books that didn't have such great feedback, well, I mean, it had good feedback, but not as much good feedback, sold many more books and did really much better with the everyday, with readers. But I suppose I was watching something yesterday, a documentary on The Good Life, and apparently I'm not comparing myself to The Good Life at all. I mean, there's 2 totally different things, and I literally, but it was just how things work. The reviewers, the critiques didn't really take to the first series. It was a bit of a disaster. It's like, what the hell is this? But the reviewers really enjoyed it, and it took on. So you just really never know. And until readers read your book and decide they love it or don't love it or whatever, you just don't know what's going to happen. So it's always a bit nerve-wracking, all of it really. So just have to hope people enjoy your book. But so far, people are liking The Witching Hour, and I'm so relieved, because I loved writing it and I want to write more books in that genre. But I also enjoyed writing Starlight Over Hollyhock Farm, my contemporary books. And I do have an idea going forward for another series. I don't know when I will write that or how that will be published. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Anyway, for now, as I said, if you're trick-or-treating, I hope you enjoy yourself. I hope the rain stays away for you. And so, hope you have a wonderful Halloween, or sending you lots of Samhain blessings, if that's what you prefer. So thanks for joining me again. If you like this chat, please do a thumbs up below. If you haven't subscribed, please think of subscribing. I think it's this side. I always point to the wrong side because I never know which side it's on when I'm recording. And thank you for joining me again. It's been lovely to chat to you.